What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, and today we're going to talk about an issue in Idle Heroes that I think the devs need to address. They don't necessarily have to, I guess, but it just seems like an easy thing the devs could tackle to be a free kind of dub on their end that would also be a free dub for all the players as well. So a mutual win-win, which I think if you can get one of those and you're a game developer, there's like no reason not to just go ahead and do it, right? What am I talking about? Bag space. Bag space. The biggest annoyance, I think, especially for free-to-play players, but it's an annoyance that everyone faces, especially when it comes time for the best events in the game, the heroic summon events, right? This is when your new heroes come out, your transcendence form for heroes comes out, this is when your best events are around for the most loot that you can gain, and they center around the heroic summon side of things. You generally need to do these to max the event, right? The downside to that is it's incredibly frustrating to have to constantly micromanage your bag space to do heroic summons, right? To fully complete an event, you're dropping 2,000 summons. That takes a long time to do when your bag space is constantly filled, right? Like I'm sitting at 289 out of 290 right now. Now, are there some fodder heroes in here I could upgrade to have like some 10 stars? Sure, I could use all the food that I've got right now, fuse up some 10-star heroes in every faction, gain myself 100 or so bag space, but then here's the thing. The first 100 summons I do, most of that's gone, right? The 3-star and 4-star heroes, I've got to fuse them up, alter off what I can't, and then I'm back to doing maybe 100, then I'm doing 10 bombs at a time, and I have to do this for 2,000 summons, right? That, it puts a big, I don't know how to say it properly, it just puts a gigantic, like, unincentive to do your summons. It makes summons feel less fun than they should, right? Any game that has a summoning feature, you should always be excited to use the summoning feature. It should never be something that you dread doing because of all the back-end micromanagement you're going to have to do them. I feel like that's a big loss, and it doesn't need to be there. It just simply doesn't need to be there. So, I know in this day and age, it's very popular to complain about literally any and everything, but the key flip side to that is making sure if you're going to complain about something that you offer a solution, right? If you can't offer any legitimate solutions to the problems that you're complaining about, shut up, right? That's essentially my take on it. If you're not going to offer a solution, don't complain about the problem, right? If you can come up with a solution to the problem, let's hear it, right? So bag space. There's a few ways you can fix bag space. I'm going to go through the ways that people have suggested to me, and then I'm going to go through what I suggest the devs do personally to not just benefit the player, but also to benefit themselves as well. So the easiest method that most people have suggested to me is simply to convert the summoning circle to function the way the profit tree does. So when you summon in the profit tree, you don't get the actual hero, you simply get the shards of the hero sent to your bag. It's effective, it works, it frees up your bag space. Immediately the problem of heroic summon events is a thing of the past. It's never an issue again. A lot of people will be very happy to see that, but there is one potential downside, one potential blowback that you'd have to consider. And this is something I think is always important for a dev team. Even if an update sounds on its face to be nothing but good, put yourself in the position of someone who might complain and what they could complain about. What I would say the biggest complaint you would have would be people who've invested heavily in their bag space, right? If you spent 100,000 gems on bag space and spent ages in the Celestial Island grinding bag space gems to get your bag space up to 600-700 bag space, and all of a sudden an update comes out and it says, actually, you're never going to need that much bag space again. All that bag space that you've upgraded, pretty much useless because all those heroes are now going to go into shard form, and you've only got to pull out exactly what you need to make your 10-star heroes for food, right? So essentially, you never need more than a couple hundred bag space now, and all that investment that you put in there was a waste. That would be the biggest potential blowback for converting it that way, and that's why I actually don't think that's the best way to fix the problem. So, another way you could potentially address the issue is an easy kind of just give everyone free bag space kind of thing. Like, okay, instead of starting the game at 100 bag space, start the game at 500 bag space. I get it. Again, I don't feel like that's the greatest fix, because it'll feel I don't know, kind of lazy. And for some people that invested heavily in their bag space would say, well, I still feel like I've wasted a lot of bag space. Yeah, I've got 1,000 plus bag space now. I don't feel like I need 1,000 plus bag space right at the moment, right? So I feel like I could have saved a lot of gems. I could have saved a lot of, time in the Celestial Island going for bag space gems instead, and focused on something else rather than chasing bag space I now really don't have as much of a need for. It's not as important. Okay, so I don't think that's the way to go either. So I'm going to lead into what I think is the best fix. It's still an easy fix, but it doesn't take away from what players have invested, and it also gives them more reasons to kind of invest. So right now, it takes 2,000 gems to give yourself 5 hero capacity. I mean, that's just how it's been forever. It starts out a little lower. I think it starts at like 200, then it's like 300, 400, 100, 200, 300, 400, and it climbs its way up to 2,000, and then it caps out here in just 2,000 forever as long as you want to upgrade it. The easiest fix for me, that still rewards people that invested heavily, is simply to double the amount of bag space you receive for upgrading, right? That's a simple start. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's a good start, right? So in this case, if people have upgraded their bag space like me, I've added 190 bag space. This is on a free-to-play account, by the way. There's no VIP here. So this is just pure bag space upgrades. I've got 190 extra bag space given to myself through gems, through bag space gems. Essentially, if this went through and you doubled not only the gem amount, but also the bag space amount, so if bag space gems gave 2 slots instead of 1, this would essentially give me 190 more bag space than I have right now with no extra cost, right? It's just a simple, nice, here you go, we're going to reward those upgrades that you've done. Puts me at around, what is that, 190 more, like 480 bag space. Not a bad amount of bag space. Still, you're going to run into bag space issues, right? That's still going to be a problem even at 480. My main account has 650, and it's still kind of an issue over there even when I do summons. I think I ended my summons actually on the main account dropping 10 bombs. I just didn't have any space, right? And I was kind of tired of the micromanagement aspect, so I was just at that point kind of altering and summoning 10, alter, summon 10, get it kind of done kind of thing. But would that solve the entire issue? No, but it would be a nice little W for everyone who has invested in their bag space that they didn't, like, you didn't have to do it, but you did, right? They just got essentially double investment costs, which is great. But you could also double up on this, and this is where I think DH Games could make some money, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to do it. What am I talking about? VIP, right? VIP updates, like, let's be honest, I don't know if they've changed the VIP loot outside of like when the treasure train came out. I don't think they've changed what you get for VIP in like years. Maybe this, I can't remember. Maybe this, I also don't remember. But it's kind of been what it is forever. And as you'll notice, as you go up, you get extra hero slots, plus 40 for making to VIP 7. Going to VIP 8, you get 40 more, right? I mean, the difference here is like, what, 2,000 to like 4,000, or like 1,000 to $2,000, $4,000, up to like 20 grand to be VIP 13, right? It's a crazy amount of money, absolutely insane. You get 100 slots when you reach there, like, oh, another 100, yay. I think it maths out in total to 540 hero slots for a VIP 13. Back in the early days of Idle Heroes, when the max a hero could reach was 10 star, that was probably more than enough hero slots for the vast majority of players, right? You didn't really need that many slots. Nowadays, we have a tremendous increase in the need for food, right? We've got 10-star heroes getting fed out for like everything, right? We need 15 heroes upgraded just for the Void Arc. Then you need 18 E5 heroes upgraded just for the Grimoire, right? Like, the amount of bag space that we need to make food, to make upgrades, has dramatically increased, but these numbers have stayed the same. Not necessarily the way I would do it. If you want to tempt people to spend money, which I think if you're a mobile game developer, that's always a thought on your mind, how can I tempt people who maybe wouldn't spend money to spend some money? My easiest takeaway here would be take all these numbers and multiply them by 5. Just that simple. Multiply them by 5. If I'm a free-to-play player and I'm on the fence on whether I want to spend, and I'm thinking about dropping like 20 bucks or something, like, man, this relay's looking really good. If I spend just 15 bucks, I could get this much more loot or something. and I come and look at these benefits and see that I could pick up between reaching VIP 3, not only finally be able to use all the energy at the heroic summon area, but also another 300 bag space, that's a pretty easy sell for me. Like, okay, that's nice. That's a huge quality of life improvement that I would love to have access to. So in this case, not only do you give people who aren't spending money a benefit for the effort they've put into increasing their bag space, right? You essentially double the value of all the gems that they've invested. You double the value of the bag space that they put in, the bag space gems. You also are going to give them an incentive to actually spend a little bit of money. I mean, over the course of the entire VIP 13, you get like 2,500 or something hero slots for that, which again, I mean, if you spent $20,000 in the game, I don't think you should ever have to worry about bag space again. I think they've supported you to the point that you could probably just be like, listen, however many slots you want, you have, kind of thing. But yeah, even for like someone who doesn't spend money, just being able to spend a little bit and gain a huge amount of hero space, like right now on this free-to-play account, if it wasn't a free-to-play account just because it had to be a free-to-play account for the series that it's running right now, in VIP 3 gave me 300 spots. Even if I'm sitting at 480 bag space, if I'm like, I could spend 20 bucks and be at 780 bag space, I'm there. I'm already there. Like, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not like, I'm doing it. You just gained 15 to 20 bucks. Now, how many different players out there are sitting in the same boat saying, man, if I could get 300 bag space for like $20, I would do it immediately. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. Like, of course I would. Why wouldn't I? So that's just, there we go. Today's video wasn't really a content video. Making stuff happen is just an issue in the game that I've noticed, right? The bag space problem, it's annoying. It's not like a game-breaking problem. That's not what I'm trying to get at. It's not like an issue that like cripples the entire foundation of the game. It's just an area of the game that's annoying and doesn't need to be. It's an area in the game that DH Games could address in a quick update. It wouldn't be a hard update to make. That's a pretty easy one, I think, to code in. Not a lot of back-end work on their side that would tremendously increase the quality of life for the players themselves and even potentially bring in some money for DH Games. And I think that if you can do that as a developer, you can find a win in your game that's that easy to implement. It's that fast, it's that quick, requires almost no work. Why not take it? Why not potentially increase your revenue, right? Why not? Why not do that? Why not make everyone a little bit happier with the current state of summoning, right? Why not? But there we go. That's just rant on bag space over. But there we go. There's the problem, the solutions I've offered. I think it's always important, if you're going to criticize anything in life, no matter what it is, you need to have a counter argument, a counter rebuttal, something built up to where you can add to the conversation and not just be, boo, I hate this, peace out kind of people, because that's useless, right? That's totally useless. You add nothing. Don't be that person. So there we go. Problem, potential solutions. Maybe a DH game dev will witness this and be like, hey, you know what? That's an easy dub for us. Why not take it? Let's jump on that. And then we'll all be happier people coming soon. Will that be the case? Who knows? But that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.